with Heirloom Traditions paint. I'll be using all-in-one paint from Heirloom Traditions today on this baby changing table dresser. So I've chosen the color Haven, which is this beautiful gray blue that looks so beautiful with satin nickel, and this is the knob I've chosen to go along with it. Let's see if I can find the color for you. Here's a stir stick of the color. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's going to pair so beautifully with the nickel. We're going to get started, and I'm going to talk you through how we prep with this product, and then we will begin to paint. I'll be showing you these tools, the brush and roller, and the true applicator sponge, to show you a couple different methods on how to get a beautifully smooth finish. You do not need to spray if you don't love to spray. I personally love the control of having these in my hand. For those who master the sprayer, good on you. Go for it. Love that. And I love that we have options. So follow along. We're going to go ahead and get some Haven on this beautiful dresser and see what we can come up with.
With Heirloom Traditions paint, the prep is simple. You clean and you paint. You've got the options of the surface prep wipes or the liquid, and in this case I chose the wipes. I tend to save my liquid for the ones that you pull out of a barn that are just coated in dirt. The wipes do a beautiful job at removing all the buildup grime and oils that have accumulated on the piece over time. It even surface preps so well that the surface is etched so that you don't need to sand for bonding purposes. Once you've wiped it down nice and clean, you're ready to paint. You do not need to wait in between.
And I get this a good stir. If you notice a clear-ish liquid settle on top of your paint, that just means the ingredients are separating and you need to give it a good stir. And we're as good as new, ready to start. What I love about Heirloom Traditions paint is that they have so many colors to choose from. You really do have many options. What's also great about this paint is it has a built-in primer and top coat, and of course the pigment, which means you don't have to prime prior to painting and you don't have to seal it again, the top coat. It's one of those work smarter, not harder kind of situations, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and load my paint, which I just dip in here, and then apply it pretty generously, because the whole point in doing the two-step method with the brush and roller technique is that you'll get good coverage in about 2 coats. Sometimes it takes a little more than 2 coats, but generally speaking, that's how much it takes. So I put on a pretty decent coat with my brush, and then this guy is what really makes that smooth finish. I probably did a little bit too big of a section here because it's going to start to dry, and you do want to work in smaller sections because as it dries, it does start to create texture. So if you work in a small section, you get a nice smooth finish with this combination. I think it's going to work out. It already is settling. It's a self-leveling paint, which means you'll have a nice smooth finish when we're all said and done. I like to make sure I go back through. Sometimes since we apply a thicker coat, some bubbles appear. And I just go over those, make sure they settle down before I walk away and go to the next spot. Okay. And I have some different colors going on up here because I was sampling some other products on top. So it'll apply just as usual. I'm going to use the True Applicator sponge up here so that you can see how it operates as well. It's pretty simple. I just put my sponge directly on top of the can, flip it over. I'm going to add a little more. Okay. Now when applying with the applicator, yes, you go back to stipple to self-level, but when you do that, you do need to be careful about texture, leaving like those circle marks to work quickly, and that self-leveling will come into play as you move along. Some people find this tool to be really helpful for spindles, and a lot of people use it on their cabinets. Hard to reach places that you can kind of smush it into because it's so pliable. I used it on an iron outdoor bench, and I was just able to wrap it around all those details, and it worked beautifully. It's a very versatile tool. So you have options. You can kind of get the tool trio, which is the combination of the roller, the brush, and the sponge, and figure out what works for you. Everybody kind of finds their own method, you know. Okay. And so many individuals or so many voices everywhere you look telling you how to do things a certain way. I try to be of the mindset that there is no one way, that there are many methods to get to one end result. And we all find what works for us. It does seem that the loudest voices will tell you there's only one way to finish furniture or to paint furniture, and I don't know. I think that mindset just kind of lacks humility. That you're not open to learning other ways of doing things. So probably says more about character than anything else. But yeah, so with the Heirloom Traditions paint, all-in-one paint, you do not need to sand before. It has an excellent bonding primer built in. As long as you prep really well with a great scrubbing down with their liquid surface prep or their surface prep wipes, you will have a beautiful lasting finish. Heirloom sells detail brushes, and there's several of them, and they're perfect for going around hinges if you don't prefer to remove them. Sometimes I remove them, sometimes I don't. Today we're going to keep them on. So it's really nice, even if you don't have a steady hand, to go right by it like that. Sneaks in just behind it. It really does a nice job at keeping your hinges clean. And then you don't have to. Sometimes every time you take your hinges off, they go back on very strange and they don't fit right.
Time for a second coat, and I'm applying it just like the same with my
We're
brush
ready
and
to put
roller.
hardware on, and like I said, we're using this beautiful nickel knob. What I love about hardware is that, yes, paint has obviously changed the entire look, but not enough is said about hardware completing the transformation. If you keep that old batwing hardware or something that's a little more outdated on there, what I just don't think your transformation is pushed all the way.
And like that, it's done in a day and it looks absolutely beautiful.